Welcome back, guys. So today I'm going to be creating the trousers for the pants for this instead. So I'm going to start by making a duplicate of the body mesh. Then from the duplicate of the body mesh, I'll make an extract from that and use that to kind of create the trousers out of this. So let's select the main body, and then I'm going to do a duplicate of this. Okay. Then I think this duplicate is duplicate 1. I'll just rename this to trousers instead. Then I would I'll have to make sure I delete the big the layers in there. So I'll big the layers in there. So I'll click on I'll click on bake all. Then let's just isolate the body only. Then I'll go to a lower subdivision level. Maybe around subdivision level 3. Then I'll delete higher for this. I think I can delete lower also. Then so I'm just going to max out the part I need for these trousers. So I'm going to give this entire thing one single poly group. Then I would use the rectangular maxing. What is rectangular maxing for this? So I'll start maxing from around where the trouser should kind of end. Do something like this, and I'll hold down the space bar to kind of move this. I think the trouser should be ending somewhere around here. I think something more or less like this should be fine. So I think I'm just going to give this a. So this should be fine. This should be fine here. Something around here seems fine. If I need to extend this, I can easily extend this out. So I'm going to give this a separate poly group. So Ctrl W to give this a separate poly group. Then Ctrl Shift, click on this. I think I accidentally maxed out some part that I don't need, like around here. So I'll need to remove that. Making sure symmetry is turned on. So let's just unmax this. Then I'll give this a different poly group. Then Ctrl Shift, click on this. Then I'm hiding everything now. So with everything else hidden, I'll do a delete hidden for this. I'll do delete hidden. Then I will just inflate this out a bit more. So I'll go to. So this is generally 25,000 polygons, which is fine. I'm not going to be using this as the final poly count for this though. I just need something that works as a good base to start with. So I'll come to the deformations tab. Then I would inflate this out a bit more. Something more or less like, okay. I don't want to inflate the entire thing. I just want to inflate the lower part. So I'm just going to max out this region like so. And I'll blur out the max. Then I would inflate. Then something like this should be fine. Then I need to go out of isolation Once you go out of isolation, then I can start modifying this a bit more. So I'll start by doing a general smooth for this. So maybe I should just do polish instead. So I'll mark this out some more and I'll begin to polish this. Just to remove, just to remove that edginess we are getting from the main body that we extracted this out from. So I'll just keep polishing this until we have something a bit smoother. Okay, so I think this should be fine for now. Then I'll just keep modifying this until this looks better than it is right now. So I'm going to using the move brush to start pushing and move. No, this is way too much. I think I would, let me just see, let me take down the brush size a bit, down a bit more, and just extend this out. I think a more preferable way to do this would be to turn this into a dynamash. So I just dynamash this. I just do a dynamash for this instead. So I'll just dynamash this. It doesn't seem to be working. Marks needs to be cleared. Okay, let me clear the marks first. This is just way too low. So I need to increase this. Let's say 248. Let's dynamash again. Okay, we're getting a bit more polygons to work with. So I'll just do this instead with the clay builder brush. Maybe I should even isolate this so I can work a bit better on this like so. Then I'll just keep adding some more fleshiness to this, or rather some more volume to this with the clay builder brush. So then I'll dynamize this again. I'll take down the smooth brush. I don't want to smooth this way too much. So I'll just keep adding some more build up to this. Maybe this knee. I might just keep some of this deformation on the nail. Okay. The lower part needs to be inflated even more. So I'll just try to inflate this even more. So something like this should be fine. Or maybe we need a bit more. So let me do this from this on the under part, and I'll use the new brush to extend this out. So it looks weird on this side, so we need to compensate for it around here. Do something more or less like so. Now smooth this down. So I think we're close enough, but I think I pushed this out way too much. So let's compensate for it around here. So something like this should be more or less fine, I guess. This part I need to push down even more and a bit forward. Let me find a good angle for this and take down the brush size and just, smooth this down. Let's do something also for the back. I need to kind of fill this part up completely. Something like so. Now I need to push this down also. Then let's smooth this in. Let me do a dynamatch first, then I'll smooth this in. Okay. Then I think I can bring back the entire, I can go out of isolation mode now. Let's see what we have. Then I think I made this lower part too. Lower parts feels too inflated. So let me start by pushing this back in some more. Like so. No, I don't overly smooth that out, so I'm just going to be gentle on this because I still want to keep the edge of this. I think I'll need to inflate some of this back in, so I'm just going to max out. I'll use the max lasso instead. Let me just do a quick save. Okay, so I'm going to max out, I think somewhere all the way around here, maybe even a bit more somewhere around here. Blow out the max and invert the max, then I'll do an inflate again for this. But I'm going to inflate this in the negative value, something like so. I think here this feels a whole lot better. And obviously the lower part, you need to kind of extend the lower part down. You need to extend the lower part down a bit more. Let me just get this out. This part feels a bit weird, so I need to fix this. So I'm just going to use let's try the standard brush, holding Alt. I'll need to remove the lazy mouse on this. Take down the intensity, holding Alt, something like this. That still feels a bit odd. Something like this. Now smooth this down. So something more or less like so should be fine, I guess. Let me just probably even use the damn standard brush this time to even do this here. Okay. will dynamize this again. And the lower part I need to push down. So I'll select all these parts. I'll blow it down. Invert the marks. Then I'll use the gizmo for this and then push this down. Something like this should be fine. Now I'll use the move brush and just push this out. And let's just get a better transition around here. Smooth this in again. Okay. So luckily for us, we still have a different poly group on the under part. So we can now decide to do. We can decide to do like a topo for this and get a better version out of this. Guessing I need to raise this part up a bit higher. Turn off symmetry for this and push this up a bit higher. So something like this should be fine. Okay, I think this should probably work. This should work. I think. Let me just maybe probably move this. Turn symmetry back on. Let's just get this in like so. Smooth this in. Just smooth this in a bit. Okay. I think I need to fill up this part. I'm not supposed to add that line in there. Not that is not yet. I think this should be fine. Let's just examine this again and just to be sure. This part looks a bit higher, so I might need to use the move brush and kind of move this up a bit higher. Maybe not so much for the back, something like this should be fine. Yeah, I think this should work just fine. Okay, so now I think now we can safely, let's isolate this and let's get a better topology for this. So Control Shift click on this poly group, then I'll do delete hidden. Do delete hidden for this. I think I'll just go to geometry and do delete hidden. Modify topology, delete hidden. And let's make sure double-sided is also turned on for this. The double-sided is actually turned on, so that's fine. Then I will need to kind of tighten some of these edges that are looking a bit weird. Down here, so I would use let's try polish by features. Just do this a few more times just to get something tighter around there. And it doesn't need to be completely flat or accurate. Please, you kind of add some information to it, something like so should be fine. Later on, we can kind of break symmetry and kind of add some of these folds in here. But for now, I think this should be fine. So, polish by groups. So, I think I'll just polish by group just a little bit like so. This should be fine. So, I'm turning off this dot so you can do something a bit tighter and faster also. So, something like this should be fine. Uh, I think it should be fine. Then before I move on, I'm going to make a duplicate of this. So I'll do duplicate for this. So just to have a backup out of this. So just to have a backup. Just to have a backup. So then I think now I can do a zero match for this. So I'll go to geometry, zero mesh. I'll turn off adaptive. Turn on the text edge. Keep freeze. I don't think I'll need key groups. So well, this is going to work symmetrically because symmetry is turned on. So 5k. Let's start at a value of 5k. 5k for now. Let's see. Let's see what that gives us. Oh yes, I remember now. It's not something else I'm supposed to do. Something else that I was supposed to do that is quite important. So though we haven't lost anything. We haven't lost anything though. We just need to create regions where the pocket should be. So I think the better way to do this is just to think I will need more poly count for this. So I can actually use the okay, maybe let's see. Let's see. I think it would be better if we just use the it would be better to just use the pen. Maybe let's see. Let's I don't think so. Kind of thinking of a more faster way to do this. So the center point should be like somewhere around here. Let's see if we can do something like this, kind of marks out the center point of these trousers. So the center point should be something roughly around here. Yeah, something roughly around here seems fine. So let's give this a different poly group, something like so. Then let's just isolate the front parts. Then now we can easily mark out some kind of pocket for this. That seems way too wide. Let's find a good angle for this and then let's get some pocket out of this. Yeah, something like this looks close enough. Maybe extend this down a bit more. And something somewhere around here seems fine. So I'll give this a different poly group also. Then let's bring everything back out. Like so. Then I'm going to do a duplicate for this. I'll do a duplicate for this. So let's do a duplicate for this. Okay. Then I'll name this duplicate pockets. Just name this to pockets. Okay. We have an issue also. There's still an issue. There's something else we need to fix. Something else we need to fix in here. So I will need to undo this a few times. The pocket shouldn't go all the way to the top because we need to kind of have a band around this. So I'll use the rectangular marks for this. Maybe just extend. Let's see how far those pockets are. So I'll just extend this out a bit more. Something like so. Seems a bit too much. Seems a bit too much. No. think I need to mark this region. Something like this should be fine. There's something like this should be fine. Then Control W to give that separate poly group. So I'll bring everything back out. I'll delete this duplicate. Then I'll leave in this one that we named pockets. I'll do a duplicate for it again. And I'll name this to trousers. Okay, something like this should be fine. Then let's just do a quick save again for this. You just need to have something for the pockets. Okay, so on this trouser piece, let me turn off these pockets for now. So on this trouser piece now, we would need to probably need a higher poly count for this to hold this properly. So let's see how this goes. If it doesn't work well, then we need a bit more polygons to kind of do this properly or hold this properly. So control, let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this holds up. Let's see if this holds up properly. If not, we just look for another way to kind of fix this. So Control Shift click on this, Control Shift click again. So something like this. Then let's do a polish by group instead. Yeah, I think this should definitely work. Because we're having something a bit tighter now. Let's do one more for this. Okay. This should be fine. Yeah, this looks fine. So now let's do a delete hidden. Then I'll duplicate this again. Duplicate this one more time. Just have a backup for this. Then let's do a zero match for this. So I would just make sure adaptive is turned off. Then zero match. Oh, I think we might need to keep groups for this. So as much as this looks good from this side, I think there's still an issue around here that I need to fix. See something around here I need to fix. Let me turn up keep groups, take down smooth groups, and let's do this again. Let's see what that gives us. Definitely an issue here. There's an issue here I need to fix. So I will do let me just control click shift on this. So under polygroup, let's do group by normals. That doesn't seem to be fixing anything. So let's turn this dot off. It's not doing anything also. Let's try this at an angle of almost 90. Still not doing anything. I need to kind of remove this. This is an issue here that we need to remove, because we obviously do not need this. We obviously do not need this. This is way too much. Let's find a way to get this out. Too many just too many polygons. Let's see if we can. Let's bring everything out first. Ctrl Shift click. No, this is definitely going to be an issue. Let's do delete hidden again. Let's see if that fixes it. No, nothing. There's something here we need to actually fix and correct. This is not looking good at all. This is not looking good. We can't use that the way it is. It's going to give us a lot of issues. Okay. Let's zero mesh again. I think I have an idea. I think it's on both sides. Yes, it's actually on both sides. So let's see if we can actually max that out. Let's see if we can actually max that and give that a separate poly group. So I'm going to be using the max lasso. Control W for this. So I think it's on both sides. So let's bring everything back out. So Control Shift click on this. You just need to remove this. Let's see if we can do a group by edges is not working. Merge. Group by normals. Yes, this is actually working now. Let me put this back to something around close to 45. And let's try this again. Now this is not giving us the desired result, so I'll do this instead. I'll just Control Shift click on this like so. Control W to give this a separate poly group. Bring everything out. So let me just isolate it. Let me just see if we can. Let me do this again. We have to be very careful just to get this to work correctly. Okay. This is not working at the other side. It doesn't seem to be working at the other side. So let's do a group by normals again. Control Shift click to just unhide all of this. Now these two, I'll give them one poly group, something like so. So Control Shift click and drag to invert the max, to invert the poly group rather. Then we can bring all of this out. Control Shift click. I think so. I need to do this. Try to be more careful in here. Let's see the other side. Is it? Need to do the same for the other side. Let's invert the marks. So all of this now can give you the same poly group. Invert this. So Control Shift click, Control Shift click, like so. Then Control Shift click and invert the selection. Now we can do a delete hidden. I think this should work just fine now. Now we can do a delete hidden. So I'll just do a let's see. Let's just do a delete hidden. Modify topology. Delete hidden. Okay. This should be fine now. Let me just do a quick save for this file so I don't lose anything. Okay. Probably even get this poly count a bit lower. So let's go like half of this again. Let's take like half of this. So having something around 4K polygons. The spacing in here feels a bit wide. Spacing in there feels a bit too wide. Let's do this again. Yes, much better now. This feels a lot better. So I just hold Alt and then click on this area marker. So that did a better job on this side because I don't space nice way too wide. So because I don't want to lose resolution in there in case when I start doing some sculpted details in there. Okay. Yeah, this looks fine. Now if I do like I go to the edge loop now and I do a panel loop for this, this is actually going to be creating seam lines around this, which I might need. Not too sure if I'm just kind of looking at I'm just kind of looking at this region around here, because this will actually look weird if I cut this out, because a bed is going to be covering most of this part though. So I think yes, I think I would just let's just get this up a bit higher. Let's just get this up a bit higher. So with the move brush, move in the wrong place. So with the move brush, I will just raise this up a bit higher. No, wrong place. Something like so. Okay, this should be fine. Maybe I'll just mark this part out, invert the marks, blur the marks again, then use from the deformation tab. Let's do polish by feature. Just get this in up a bit higher, just a bit more like so. Just polish this like this. I think something like this should be fine. Something like this should be fine. So now the part with the pockets. I don't know. I think we need to. Let's see. I think the best way now to have some seam lines for free is to let's see. Let me isolate this back piece for now. And I want to get. I'm just going to mark this out I think a better way is to use the rectangular max rectangle. That should create a, no, I don't want symmetry turned on. Something like this, Control W, no. Need a bit more. So Control W on this. So we have another poly group around here now. So you guys are going to see why I'm doing this in a bit. We have another poly group now in here. Let's bring everything out. I think I will do the same for the front. Probably need to do the same for the front. So let's just do something like this. Control W also. You just kind of make sure it's more or less directly on the center, just like the one at the back also. So something like this should be fine. I'm trying to create something that we might not need to start using seam brush, start creating seam lines around this. We just want just a minor trick. I'm trying to show you guys. I think, let's see if this would work. This will not work perfectly. It won't work perfectly. I might just have to use the seam lines kind of create this one around here. But don't worry, guys, get the idea in a bit. So let's add some thickness to this. So I will just come to let's see, geometry panel loop. Let's turn off this polish. Panel loop. Turn off bevel for now. Let's inflate this. I'm guessing outward instead. So let's inflate this outward instead. So elevation should be on 100. So panel loop. This is way too thick. Still too thick. No, I think I'm actually making it thicker than it should be. So let's take this down. Okay. No, I think we need a bit more. Not too sure how thick I should make this though. This is like a stylized character, so some of the clothing are usually very thicker than normal. So maybe this one feels like it's way too much though. So let's try something around 0.08 instead. 0.008 is 0.0079. Let's see, this should be fine. Let's look at the reference again and try to get an idea for this. Okay. And I'm guessing before we do this, let's create a backup. Because I'm seeing like another extra layer on top of this, so I think there are actually a few ways to do this though. Let's see. There are actually a few ways of doing this. But let's just make a duplicate of this version for now. Since we have everything going correctly as we would want it to. Then let's do a panel loop again. Okay. Many loops do have around this. Yeah, this seems fine. So shift F. So now watch this. Once I add one subdivision level to this control D, you can see how this automatically gives us seam lines around this that we won't even need to recreate by ourselves again. So it's just one fast trick to kind of get some seam lines around this without having to sculpt them in yourself. But I think I was need to make some corrections to this, especially on the edges. So I would let's just use the let me just to be sure, just to be sure. I only want to correct or adjust where will be visible to the render. Any part that won't be visible to the render, then there won't be any actual need to kind of make any major correction around there. I think all of this I can just move, I can just fix. I think all of this I can easily fix. This I can easily fix with the move topological brush. Yes, I can fix this with the move topological brush. Or I can just BZM. I can just add an extra loop around here just to tighten this a bit more. So if I should control D again, so that should kind of be a bit tight. I think I'll just do this instead. Let's just tighten out the borders of this by adding one edge loop around it. This on symmetry mode, not entirely, so no. So something like this. Okay. Right. Let's do the same for the center piece. Okay, that's fine. Do the same also around here. And here also. So that place we need to do this. I think at the back. Yes, around here. Around here also. I think that should be most of the regions we need this to be. So into W again. You can see how they are a bit tighter now. Our the seam line is still there, which is precisely what we want. Okay, this should be fine. So now the other pocket now. So I think this duplicate we called pockets. But for this duplicate, we only need the pocket for this. So let's just the back part feels red. We need a bit more. We need a bit more to kind of hold this. I think we have way too much in here. Let me just max out this part, Control W. Let me do this again. Control W for this. Then we'll mark this, just isolate this now. Then we can do I think we have a bit more. We need to, let's mark this out also. This symmetric, yes, this is symmetrically. So a bit more. something like this. Then I would go to the deformation tab. Let's do polish by features. Alright, so then I will do a delete hidden for this. Then bring back the isolation turn up isolation for this. Now we see an issue that we need to kind of fix for the trousers. We need to push and pull. Oh, okay, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. I actually turned something, please. Okay, this is the main one. This is just the duplicate. This is the main trousers in here. Turn on the pockets. Select the pockets. And let's get this in place. So I'm going to use the move brush to kind of move this in place a bit properly. Let's just get this in some more. Get this in also. Let's just make sure it's kind of touching the edge of this. So let's just keep making adjustment to this. So this, I want this kind of sits directly on the surface like so. I think something like this should be fine. Then we can do let's do a zero match for this. And just do a duplicate first. Then let's do a zero match for this. Do zero match for this. This is way too much. So half again, half again, again. Okay, this should be fine. Just move this up a bit. Then we're going to use the same value we used for the edge loop. Let's go to edge loop for this. Turn this off, turn this bevel down. So put this around 3, I guess. Then this should be on 0.0079. Then panel loop. Okay. Yes, obviously we need to kind of make some corrections to this. So with the move brush, let me make sure this. Let me make sure I have this on max lasso. Okay. Blur out the marks, then I'll use the move brush and push this in, push all of this. This particular part shouldn't be visible. Maybe around here also. I think this is actually in the right place, but I think we need to get it a bit forward. Something like take down the brush size. something more or less like this. You just be touching it, just be touching it on the surface like so. Okay, we're still going to need to merge these two together down though, but for now I think this should be. Let's control D on this. Let's see what that gives us. This we need to push down a bit more. Maybe get this slightly out some more like so. Select this, please, control D. Let's see this again. Maybe even make this a bit, bring this a bit closer. So I'll push this out. No, that's way too much, so something like this should be fine. Let's do a quick save again. I think we're in a good place here. I think this should be fine, except for making some minor corrections to this. So let me delete I on this, select this also. Take this down, delete I on this. So any other correction I need to do, I can I can do this later on. But let me just merge these two together. Let me just merge this two down. Select these two and then I'll just do a merge down. Okay, so now there are one single piece that we can make corrections and adjustments to. Just get this out. I think push this out again. Yeah, I think this should be fine as a good base that we can continue working on. Most of this part is not going to be, most of this part are not going to be completely visible. Because I want to be creating a belt that should go around this. I think this is floating out of place, so let's just move things back in. I think this, I'll need to even bring this down some more. Let's just get this around like so. I think this, I'll need to take this down. Let me first marks all of this in first. And something like this should be fine. I'd like to push this down some more. Let's just create some more space in here. So more or less giving this some more, giving it this some more room. So in here also need to push this down. And let's make sure we're doing something a bit neat, something neater in here. Okay. Yeah, this should be fine. Maybe extend this up a bit higher. Okay, this should be fine. So if I subdivide this one more time, should be having something like this that should more or less work for what we need it for. Maybe raise this up a bit higher. Something like this looks fine. Okay. I'm just checking this to see if there's something else I need to I need to fix or correct in here. I think everything seems to be working correctly as it should. Let's go up a bit higher on the subdivision level. So subdivision level 4 for this. I think we're in a good place. So next lesson we're going to be adding some more accessories to this, like creating something around here. Probably even using create another mesh just to cover that part out. But before we do that, we need to kind of add this belt holds for this around the model. Not sure about not too sure about this though. But we can always duplicate this and then create some additional piece out of this if we want to. That's completely fine. We still have as much control as we can get out of this without any major issues. So I'm going to stop this for now. So I'm going to see you guys in the next lesson where we keep working on this and getting this to look right.